everyone, welcome to 4Sides TV with me Anjali. It is really a turnaround towards the initiative to adapt to the fuels of the future to run the varied applications, and in the current scenario that of powering the first transatlantic flight basing exclusively sustainable fuel leads us to an era of promise, ushering us in a momentous ways to minimize the carbon footprint, inviting the holistic health of the planet as such. The first transatlantic flight powered only by alternative fuels will take off from the UK, operated by Virgin Atlantic. It will fly from London's Heathrow to New York's JFK Airport at 11:30 GMT. Airlines see the flight, which is supported by government funding, as demonstrating that a greener way of flying is possible. But a lack of fuel supply remains a challenge, while other technology will be needed to hit emissions targets. So-called sustainable aviation fuels, that is SAF, can be made from a variety of sources, including crops, household waste, and cooking oils. For this flight, a Boeing 787 will be filled with 50 tons of SAF. Two types are being used, with 88% derived from waste fats and the rest from the waste of corn production in the US. SAF is already used in small amounts, blended with traditional jet fuel, but accounts for less than 0.1% of the aviation fuel consumed around the world. It currently costs more than kerosene, and relatively small amounts are made. Aircraft are usually only allowed to use up to 50% in a blend. There are no dedicated commercial SAF plants in the UK, although the government aim is to have 5 under construction by 2025, supported by grant funding. Airlines see the first long-haul flight using 100% SAF as a significant milestone, but experts say such fuels are not a magic bullet. Following test and analysis, the flight was approved by UK regulator, the Civil Aviation Authority, earlier this month. A number of companies have been involved in the project, including engine maker Rolls-Royce and energy giant BP. The aviation industry is particularly difficult to decarbonize, but airline bosses view SAF as the most effective tool available to help bring its net emission down to zero. Planes still emit carbon when using SAF, but the industry says the life cycle emissions of these fuels can be up to 70% lower. Using sustainable aviation fuel means that over its life cycle, we produce around 70% less carbon emissions than traditional fuel. So that is a real big step forward. It's time to find the fulfillment of our efforts, culminating into wonderful resource for the global initiatives purely out of the sustainable resources, amalgamating into reaching up to the substantial felt need occurring the communities all across. Thank you for watching 4Sides TV with me, Anjali.